Hi, I'm Andrew Androff with ProfessionalMovers.com, and today I'm here to talk to you about labeling and preparing your IT for the upcoming move. Now, it starts with first talking to your team internally and making sure that all of your devices are completely powered down and all of your devices are completely disconnected. That means all cords that would be essentially tied into any of your towers, any of your printers, any of your monitors should be disconnected, should be wrapped up, and next to your IT equipment. Now, the next thing you need to determine is what is coming with you. So, in this example, we're in this space. We're going to go ahead and assume that everything IT related, that means the printer, the tower, we've got the monitor, we've got a keyboard, we've got speakers. Phones are something that's unique on every move. Some organizations have us move it with the IT, and some of us have it leave it at the current desk and not move the phone. In this example, we're going to go ahead and leave it in the space, but if it were to come with us, it would be just like you would do the computer, where it would be asked for it to be disconnected in advance of the mover's arrival. So that's step one. Make sure that your IT team or yourself, if you're designated to do this on your own, make sure everything's powered down, make sure all the cables are unplugged. That way our movers know that we can move it. If we arrive and anything's plugged in, unfortunately, we cannot do a technical disconnect. That is something that needs to be done by your team in advance of our arrival. So make sure that that's done. Secondly, these are the labels. They're moving labels. Essentially, you want to find out from your organization what label color is going to be assigned to where you're moving to. We do assign specific colors for departments. So you'll want to talk to your team and make sure that you know exactly what label color you should be using. In this example, we're going to be using green. We're going to pretend like this space here is a Mr. Smith, and Mr. Smith is going to be moving to room 214 in his new office. And so that is the second key bit of information that you're going to need to find out from your move organizer within your organization. Find out what room number your new office is. So in this example, Mr. Smith is assigned room 214. We're going to go ahead and label Smith, that's our last name, as well as 214 on our labels. And again, if you've watched our video on packing furniture or packing crates, you by now know that if something does not have a label on it, then our move team will not move it. So just like everything else with IT, you need to have a label on anything you want us to move. So in this example, we're going to go ahead and place a label on the printer. We're going to go ahead and place a label on the tower. We're picking very obvious spots to place these labels, so visually it's easy for our move team to see. When it comes to actually placing a label on a monitor, this is very, very important. Make sure that you never place a label on a screen. It's not good for the screen. The adhesive on the actual label is not good for that. So you'll want to place it on the base if you have a base. I understand some of you probably don't have bases, and your computers could be on monitor arms. If that's the case, you could always use the back of the monitor as a good spot to place the label. But again, just never place it on the screen itself. I'll move aside here for us, and we'll get another label on this monitor base. Now we also got some peripherals here. Our peripherals typically are going to include a keyboard. It's going to include typically a mouse. Sometimes you might have speakers. Go ahead and place a label on the speakers. You'll have some cords as well. Okay. Now, you've got the labels on it, so right now you've done a great job. You've achieved a very important part of this process, which is identifying that these are coming with us and they need to be moved. And you have identified where they need to be moved by making sure that you've placed a label on them with your key information of your last name and with the room number of where you're moving to. Again, it's not where you're at now. This is the new room number where you're moving to. Okay? Moving on to next step, which is utilizing some materials that we're providing to make the process very easy. See, once they're disconnected by your team and labeled by you, then our team will come in and safely move them from point A to point B. And we do that by using a whole host of materials that make the process easy. This is what we call a monitor bag. We're going to provide you one monitor bag per monitor that you have. The monitor bag simply goes over the monitor. Big open bag, very, very easy, slips right down. You're going to find that our monitor bags typically have more space than they do the actual monitor itself. That's actually designed that way because our move team will be coming through and picking up these monitors, and from there they'll be placed into essentially a big computer box. And so we use the extra material that's on these bags as additional protection when we wrap up your monitors. But all you need to do is slip the bags over the monitors, and that's it. That step's done. And then we're going to move on to the next part, which is addressing your peripherals. Now, again, your peripherals are the simple things that go with your computer. So your cords are going to go into your peripheral bag. This is what we call a keyboard bag. It's like a giant sandwich bag, a very big Ziploc. Everything that you've labeled that is a peripheral will just be slipped inside of this bag. Go ahead and grab your speaker system. Place your speaker system in here. Now again, in your example for this video, we did not include the phone system. If the phone system was going to come with us, check with your organization. If it was, it would just be as simple as, one, disconnect it. So make sure it's disconnected before our movers arrive. We cannot physically do any data disconnection. That has to be done by your team, either by yourself or your internal IT team. And then you place a label on that. From there, this would get slipped right inside of this keyboard bag. But for this example, we're not taking the phone system with us. Again, always check with your own organization to find out if your phone system's coming with your IT or if it should be left behind. Sometimes you have new phones in your new space. Once the keyboard bag is filled with all your peripherals, you'll simply seal it up just like you do a regular sandwich bag. And then you're going to take your final label, with your name on it, and you'll put it on the outside of the bag. And from there, you've done everything you can to ensure the safe move of your IT equipment. I'll summarize it again. You've placed a label on it. The label was your last name. The label's the right color. The label also has the room number where you're going to. You've then taken the monitor bag and you've placed your monitor bags over each monitor. You've taken all your peripherals. You've placed labels on each peripheral. You've then sleeved them inside of a keyboard bag, and everything's good to go. From here, the professionals at professionalmovers.com will come in. We'll then take all of your items. We'll then put them in a bigger box, secured with all kinds of bubble, and we'll safely move that to your new space, where those items will be unpacked from the box and placed and staged on your new desks. And from there, it'll be up to your IT team within your organization to reconnect all these devices. But that's it. Other than this key bit of information that we always share with our clients, very, very important. The plastic bags, the keyboards, and the monitor bags. These are on rental to your organization. So at the end of your move, you're going to want to hang on to these. Make sure that you do not throw them away. It's very, very, very important from a lot of different standpoints. One, they get reused over and over and over again for multiple projects. So we will be picking them up, but they're rented to you on a rental basis, which is cheaper than a purchase price. So if we lose them, unfortunately, you get charged a purchase price, and we do like to mitigate that and keep your costs down. So we do ask that just make sure that you hang on to your keyboard bag, hang on to your monitor bags. Those can be returned with your green rental crates when you bring back, or when you return all your packing materials. Put it in one common area. Our team will then come by and grab them. But that is it. We are expecting this to be a very smooth and seamless move for you. If you have any questions, we have a great move consultant that's assigned specifically to your project. So just reach out to professionalmovers.com. We'll make sure we connect you directly to your move consultant. And we look forward to this to be a great move for you. If you need anything else, reach out. But looking forward to getting everything taken care of for you, and enjoy your new space. Thank you.